talk
Well,
about
you guys talked about so much stuff before I was gathering myself.
I'm gay. I just wanted to put that out there.
I'm going to start it right there.
I'm gay. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if Hollywood's listening, but
Get him a job.
I don't have the talent, so I'm gay to compensate for the talent.
I think they already knew, man. They saw the pants, Gary. They knew you was gay from the get go.
Yeah,
So
man.
funny. Like, bro, when I see the comments, I be dying, bro. And what makes it so funny, I was like, where did y'all get this from? And I'd be like, wait a minute.
I feel like
when I first met him, I thought he was too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I said that on here.
I've always worn like wild shit. Even in high school, I used to wear capris
when we met
and
in
shit.
high school, I was like, I think that nigga's gay.
Wait, hold on, Gary. I feel like you had this piercing.
I did.
He did.
Yeah, I did.
He did. He had the
I did.
Tyrese.
Oh,
Yeah.
dog, I knew
I had
it.
the Tyrese before Tyrese.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah.
He had the Tyrese. He
You
had
go
the
to suspect
capris.
room.
Yeah, and I was
I
like,
didn't have that in high school though.
I was
I
like,
didn't have.
this
I had
nigga's
that to like. I got that like when I was like 19.
What, okay. What made you get the lip piercing?
his explanations are actually pretty smart.
I've always, you know what I think it was probably originally. I read the book The Game. It was like about pickup and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like I've always wanted to just be a little different from everybody else because I just always wanted to be like just something just a little different.
Yeah.
And you know, because motherfuckers would be doing all the shit and all the trends and all that, and I was like, that doesn't really. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be I just thought bitches would be attracted to it. Anything I do is for bitches. Like there's never no like, yeah man, I just want niggas to really respect my hustle. Like nah, nigga, it's all about just bitches.
That's why I like for what people consider like gay or corny or whatever. I'd be like, in my opinion, you niggas who are always worried about what other niggas doing are the gay ones.
True.
Like, because
I see that.
everything, I'm with Gary, everything I always did was like, what are women going to be into?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are women going to like? What are women, I don't give a shit
Yeah.
what the next dude thinks, because I'm not trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
I
Right.
want to smash women. So what are y'all into? So when I hear like dudes talk too much about other dudes, I'll be like, bro, what like with this whole Future and Russell Wilson thing, the passion in which dudes talk about Future, I'm like, you niggas want to fuck. That's weird.
You want to be one of his baby mamas.
That's weird, bro. For you, how the passion in which y'all defend this dude, what y'all talk about, and the
Yeah.
passion in which you go at Russell, it's like, yo, it's weird.
Yeah.
Why do you care so much? And for me,
Because they want her.
yeah.
Yeah.
It could be that too.
But
Yeah.
I've always
But it'd be different if they would just was like Russell. But there's like, it'd be different if they were like, get out of here, Russell. But they're not saying get out of here, Russell. They're like, come back, Future. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
part that's like, nah, y'all like this nigga.
Do you think people are like looking at her or almost seeing through her? Like she don't really like. Do you think that's the vibe?
I think
like she
what-
don't really like that nigga like
I think
that.
what people are
She's
what
settling.
people are hinting at is that she wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't as rich as he is. And that's what a lot of people are feeling about women when they were like, oh, we want a Russell Wilson. It's just like you're saying that because you want a Russell Wilson because he is who he is in the sense of financially, because there's a bunch of good guys or nice guys that come and talk to you, but you don't give them a chance. So do you really want a nice guy or do you really want a rich nice guy? What is
I mean the rich isn't like isn't frowned upon. I think
Right.
they really want they just tired of dealing with hella shit dealing with men.
I
And I think they just want like a nigga who's like.
But are they doing
secure.
the things to get those dudes though?
Yeah, and I think actions speak louder than words.
Right.
I don't care what you say, what you do. I hear a lot of women say they want the Russell Wilson type, but I look at all the dudes that they date. It's always the future
Right.
dude. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't. So when you say that, you're being a hypocrite, and you don't really know what you really want.
No.
I think they know what they should want.
Agreed.
That's what I think it is.
Agreed,
Like
agreed,
I
yeah.
should want that, and I admire
something-
the fact that she got that and she's
Yeah.
thriving in that.
Yeah, but I should want this, but something about this just turns me on over
It's
here.
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, or this
It's
guy over
boring.
here. Or they might, not even that it's boring, they feel like they might get bored down the line. And it's just like, that's not necessarily the truth.
Or
You don't even know.
and they don't know how to get that.
That
You
too?
say you want that, right?
Yeah.
But any dude, here's the thing: any dude that whether y'all say it's corny, good man, whatever the fuck it is, right? Any dude who knows his worth or knows like he's not putting up with your shit.
He's not putting up with none of that.
He doesn't have to because he
Yeah.
knows he's a winner.
Yeah, and he knows.
So
yeah.
y'all say I want that, but you don't do anything to get a dude like that because
Yeah.
a dude like that is not gonna put up with the horse shit you put up with.
Yeah.
and the drama and the chaos that you're used to dealing with the futures, and that's what you want. Like you want that passion, but then also the stability. Them things don't go together.
They don't go together.
Yeah.
They don't go together.
yeah.
You either got to chill the fuck out,
Yeah.
or go live that life, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like for the niggas who are married with the kid, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah. I have zero
Whatever you
patience.
want to do over there, go ahead.
Zero-
I'm not dealing with, and I don't have to.
I have zero patience for that type of energy
don't have to.
at all. Yep. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Once you know your worth as a person in general, you know what you're going to put up with and not put up with. So you go, well, we want this type. I want to. If you give any type of energy like this, you're like, I'm not dealing with this shit at all.
How do you measure your worth?
What do you mean?
Like you said, once you know your worth,
I mean,
Because you know what you're bringing.
to the
All you have to do, first of all, like we're all observational thinkers. If you just look, you'd be like, nigga, that's where a lot of my confidence comes from.
Yeah.
It's not
is how horrible.
how
people
horrible
are looking
everybody
at
else
it.
is.
Yeah.
And then,
Like my parents raised me, yes, you're a winner, but a lot of it came from just looking, whether it was sports, whether it's just like I'm better than the other options.
yeah.
Right.
Like
right.
that's like whether it's whatever. You just when you start observing, you're just like, this is the competition.
Yeah. And then, even when you hear women
Shit.
talk about men, you're like, I'll be like, man, we're not that bad. And like, this happened. I'm like, well, I'm like, damn, I'm glad I know the dudes that I know, because none of us are like that. Like, we're all pretty good men. And I'm
Not
just like,
publicly. I mean, you don't know who I am.
Oh, behind closed doors.
Well,
Behind-
yeah.
yeah.
I'm talking about, like, especially people that's like in your inner circle that you talk to majority of the time. I feel like you have some type of inkling of like who they are, regardless.
Well, you know I was gay, so
I mean, I had a hint, man. I guess you had that piercing.
I'm gay, guys.
Let me go back. Let's go back to that for a second. In the sense of like,
I'm laughing because they're gonna be like, I knew it, and he's like, clearly he's joking,
Hey,
and they're gonna be like,
you want to know what's wild? My stepdad died, and like 3 days after his death, we're all grieving.
Yeah.
And we're at Macy's. My mom's like, I'm gonna buy everybody suits for the service or whatever. And I come out, and it was like when like the kind of tight suit kind of flooding was
Yeah,
kind of in.
yeah.
Nigga, I walked out the dressing room with a suit that was a tad too small. And my mother, in the middle of grieving, she was like, I knew you was gay. I knew you was gay. I knew it. I was like, Ma, the suit just a little too small. She's like, I knew you was gay.
because of a small suit.
I just gotta get a bigger size.
Because the suit was small, nigga. She was like, you're gay.
Ah,
But my mom, dude, my sense of humor is so dark. My mother is so dark. In the middle of the what was the dude who got killed in was it Minnesota?
Oh, George Floyd.
George Floyd, in the middle of the George Floyd thing, of the riots and shit, and we were kind of having like a little back and forth about whether or not it's justified. Should they be burning shit down? I'm like, yeah, burn all that shit. And she was like, I just think that they should just. And I'm like, man, burn all that shit. She was like, you know what? If the police shot you, I would just let it go.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, you probably bring them cookies and shit. Like, we just got a dark fucking sense of humor. I fucking we went to the zoo 2 weeks ago, and we was on a FaceTiming with her, and I was like, yeah, we about to go to the zoo. She's like, oh, you going to go see your ancestors?
oh God.
My mom a thug, nigga. She's so fucking funny.
Yo, Gary, let me ask you this about like back to the way you were dressing. When you were dressing that particular way, what type of women were you getting? Because here's the thing, I know there's this cat that I went to high school with. He had that piercing. He had I think he dyed his hair. He was a black dude. He looked like an eclectic black person or whatever the case may be. Different than when we dressed like, right?
Especially
Yeah.
back then.
Especially back then. And we used to make fun of this dude, clown him. He was still kick it with us. It wasn't like he was like hurt by it, that I know of, anyways. But the type of women he would get wasn't the type of women that we would get. He would like
Exactly.
He would normally get, honestly for him, he would normally get like he get slutty white girls. Like he would get like just the nastiest,
Good for
whorish of white women.
Good for him.
I had a
Yeah.
range, yeah, and I've had a range because my voice can like project, and I can like speak aggressively, and I can have sort of that tone and that energy.
Yeah.
But then the look kind of is in contrast to it, so it's
Right.
like, and then I was like built too, so it's like it was just like a lot of confusion going on.
Yeah, it was
mostly,
like,
you know, it's like
is he one of these guys or one of these
yeah.
guys?
So it just piques interest. I felt like
So you was getting black. Was you getting
All
still
of the above.
hood black chicks, or were you getting
hood black chicks. Like I could talk to a hood black chick, like all the shit, So people who kind of delve a little deeper can kind of understand, but
Right.
naturally, yeah. Just
But
yeah,
what he was
all the
doing, because of that book, it's all scientific.
Yeah.
Like it's smart. Like they tested this stuff out. I watched this thing, and like they were like guys, and men and women do it though. We just don't know we're doing it. He just did it on purpose.
Right.
So like they had a booth of sunglasses, and they put it out like on the street, and they had 10 guys come up, and it was like there was these sunglasses like some Elton John huge sunglasses, and then regular black shades. 8 out of the 10 dudes took the regular black shades, right? They moved the booth in front of a women's yoga studio where women are constantly walking by. 8 out of the 10 dudes chose the big Elton John because I need to be noticed. I need to be seen. So what he was doing was just like, I'm going to be noticed. And like they did it even with our walks. They had
peacocking.
Right.
Peacocking, yeah.
They had a woman walk on a treadmill, and they said, we're just seeing how you pronate, like pretending with some foot thing. And she was just walking like dumpy as fuck, like, you know what I mean, like whatever. And they was like, oh, by the way, there's men behind this glass looking. Her hips start moving. She start not even knowing that. Then they had a dude. Dude walks. He's walking regular. It's like, hey, by the way, there's a bunch of women behind it.
Straighten that
Chest
posture
out.
up, yep.
Blah, blah, like we
Yep.
all do it. It's just some niggas do it on purpose.
Yeah.
And like when you're about, like he said, everything I do is about women. Everything I did was always on purpose.
Yeah.
Everything I did was on purpose because I'm like, I just need to be better or stand out more than you.
But always, also innately, everything men does is to attract women.
Right.
You know, the jewelry, the cars, and all the shit, just to show I have, and I can provide their security here, as well as, you know, the physical prowess. I can protect you and all that shit. Like, it's all geared towards, you know, attracting the opposite sex.
It's a natural thing that we just
Unless you're
do.
gay like me, then you just
Oh shit! You got it. Right there.
So let me ask you this though: what if women switch what they wanted in men? Like they switch to some crazy weird shit that you're not into now.
I'm out the game. Don't matter to me.
you know,
Oh yeah. We're all out. We're technically all out the game. But I'm saying on the single tip.
I've always felt like the type of women who should be into you are into you.
Right.
So I feel like there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's something for everybody.
Right.
So, you know, like there would be instances where I wouldn't get the girl that I wanted. And they'd be like, well, that girl's attracted to, like there would be instances where there would be a group of us in the room, hypothetically, and like not hypothetically, but like there would be a group of us in the room, and I'm like really holding court, and I'm really exuding the most like personality, but she would go home with like the prettiest nigga.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's just not. If you're intrigued and laughing and really captivated by the shit that I'm saying, but then you still go home with that dude. This is hypothetical. He go home with that dude. Then like, oh, okay, that's the type of that's what you value.
When did you understand that? Because I know for me that bothered me at times when I was a little bit younger, where I was just like, I'm clearly this because I guess at one point in time I got the pretty boy kick or the knack. That's what I was considered a pretty boy, whatever, right? And I always, sometimes you go in there and be like, yo, why didn't this girl, I'm clearly the best looking nigga in here. It's not even close. And it's like, why am I not being picked by the girl that I want when I'm clearly better looking than this dude? And this
that
dude
nigga was 6'4".
And it could have been something like, and then when I was younger, of course, I was just like, man, this is stupid. Like, why? It doesn't make any logical sense.
Ankles, nigga.
You said what?
This son is cooking my
Gay
ankles.
ass shit. The sun's cooking my ankles.
So I'm about to sit.
That's why you wear. Start doing all the gay shit on
I'm about
this.
to do all the
Yeah.
gay shit. I'm about to say that. Hey, that shit
At
hot, bro.
At the end of the day, you cannot not be gay. You just gonna come out, bro. You can try all you want, but it's like it's just so hot.
The sun brings the gay out.
Bro, that shit
Let me
is
tell you
hot.
something. My ankle cooking too, nigga. My shit is staying this way.
But you got socks.
Oh,
I don't have
man.
no. I have the short socks.
Oh, you have
So
ankle socks
it's
on.
skin. I was like, nigga, this shit. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I was like, nigga, this shit hot.
We at your house, change your socks, nigga.
It's hot. I gotta.
Oh man,
It's so hot. You know what's funny about that with Keon? The funniest thing in the world was I remember we went to, I forgot what party we went to the Balboa Park for something, for somebody's birthday party, whatever it was. And I remember we were like waiting for something, and then Keon didn't want to stand in the sun, and he's like, "It is fucking hot." And then he went and he stood in the shade, and me and Cotty were kind of like, she's like, "Look at he's a fucking diva," because what it was, he had these big ass shades on too, and he was just standing in the shade like when doing this. And it was just, and it could look so funny just being like, I'm not dealing with that. Like, I'm just gonna.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
That shit made me laugh
Yeah.
so hard,
It's
bro.
like be called gay or be comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be comfortable. Hey, nigga. I got over the whole, like, there's two things I got over early. Was somebody either challenging your manhood or challenging what type of woman you like. Like, oh, like, you look like you like white girls. Oh, bitch, if that's what you think, fine.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you think I'm gay, fine. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, again, I just want what I want.
Yeah.
Like, even when y'all were just talking about right now, like, I accepted early too. People like who they like, and it's somebody for everybody. There's no
Yeah.
point in getting mad at that shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point. Okay, and I think that's where a lot of, whether it's men or women, of the hate of the opposite sex comes from. You're not mad at the opposite. You're mad you couldn't get who you wanted.
That's,
you mad you
that's
couldn't
exactly
adapt.
where it's at right now.
There's people who want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you want that shit over there, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
they don't want you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
move on. Find
Yeah.
somebody who
I'm
wants you.
People,
saying,
and
when
people
you-
just haven't adapted. People just don't know how to adapt. Like you gotta really enhance your strong features and fucking. You know what I mean? Like nigga, I'm not tall. Like that's. Nigga, I have all the negative attributes that are. I have all the undesirables.
You're
nigga,
gay,
I'm
you're short.
I'm big. I'm short. Nigga, I'm bald. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I should not be
Getting women.
yeah, at all. You gotta make that shit work. Like motherfuckers gonna be like, why you work out? Like nigga, I have no choice.
Yeah,
you think I'm gonna be short, fat, and bald? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
And gay?
I got-
Yeah.
and bald and gay.
You know what's funny though, because I see that a lot, especially when you said it when it comes to men and women. A lot of fat uncle balding niggas are like, they're mad at like these hot IG looking girls for like not choosing them. And I'm like, bro, in no universe, in no alternate universe, she's picking you, and you're saying women are. It's like, no, women aren't nothing. It's you, nigga. Like, nigga, that's not you're not her. You're not those type of women's type, and that's fine. And if you're not realizing that in your late 30s and 40s, my nigga, you got a problem. You know, I realized it luckily in my early 20s. I was like, all right, cool. What's for me is for me. And I always like this. I was like, yo, matter of fact, I'm actually glad I didn't get those women, because that type of energy is not what I'm going to even rock with in the long run. That's going to annoy me. She's going to get on my nerves some type of way. Like, I don't even fuck with that in the long run. I'm seeing the exterior. I'm like, yo, man, she got hella ass. She built like a stripper or whatever the case may be. I'm just like, that scene, like, it's going to be cool to smash, but like, would I necessarily want a loud like type of chick like that? No, like I kind of like quiet girls. All my girlfriends have always been fairly quiet in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, this is actually probably my type anyway. Cause I'm a chill person when I'm at the crib anyways.
You know what I really respect? When you see like a big ass age gap in a couple, like the girl's like 23 and the dude is like late 40s, you know, unattractive, but you can just tell he got bread. Like that dynamic is like it's there's nothing. You're not hiding anything with that dynamic. Like
Right.
he knows why she's with him.
Yep.
She knows
I
why
agree.
he's with her. You know what I mean?
I
It's
respect
like,
it,
it's
yeah.
understood. Yeah, I
Yeah.
respect it. Like,
Yeah.
and you can pretend like, yeah, there's love and all this other shit. Like, no, I'm here because he's secure.
Yeah.
And I'm with her because she fine as fuck. We can't have a conversation.
Yeah, she give me head.
Yeah.
I last like whether I take Viagra or not, I could probably last
Yeah.
5 to even 50 minutes, and then I go back to what I got to do. She paid for it. It's like, and I forgot who said it, but it was like a lot of times those dudes be paying for women to leave. It's like, yo, I got this money. I pay for your time to be with me either sexually. Now here's some money. Go shopping. Go spend your day. Do some other shit, and don't bother me because I got work to do.
Yeah.
And then when I want you to come back. And it's both transactional in a sense.
Exactly,
For both of them.
it's
like,
transactional.
I don't necessarily think that's necessarily wrong at all. I think when you know what you want, you know what you want. It's fine.
I respect the mentality of a woman where she's like, a man is not going, like, I'm not gonna have a relationship that just transcends. I'm not just gonna be synergized with this man to, like, you know, the on a level of another universe. I like the idea of a woman being like, these niggas ain't gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get what I can out of this.
Yeah.
Like the idea of a gold digger to me, I'm like, I'm for it.
Yo, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't fault the gold diggers.
I don't.
Nigga,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be a simp, that's on you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on you. Like I see all these dudes always get mad at like Brittany. What's her name? Brittany.
Brittany Renner.
Nigga, if you fall for that shit,
At this point,
that's
especially-
on you.
Yeah.
That is on you. If dudes, like, I don't have it's funny. I don't have sympathy for simps. Like, I don't have, like, if you don't have the street smarts or you don't have it, nigga, you fall for this goofy shit.
But maybe that's what they want. Maybe it makes them feel
But they put a
something.
baby in them. I don't think that's what. And then they
Well, here's the thing.
had
Here's
the
the-
issues. I don't think that's what they
Is
want.
it actually fair though to say that? Because like on the flip side, for some reason we always go, if that happens on the women's side, it's like, yo, he manipulated her. That's not fair. He took advantage of her, and he knew it, and she didn't know.
Wait, what's the circumstances?
In the sense of like, if a gold digger, she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this guy. He has money."
No, because like when that Netflix, that shit hilarious to me.
I love it, dude.
Because the dude that got over on all them chicks. That's funny.
But what I'm saying is, to society, it's like women can be manipulated by men, but it's like women for some reason feel like they can't manipulate men on their end. It's like, yo, he wanted to do this. It's like, no, you can manipulate a man in a way too, whether it's with sex,
that's
looks,
fine.
and stuff like that.
Fine.
And you feel like that's fine, but do you feel like if he does it the other way, if a man
No,
manipulating a
society
woman,
definitely says it's not fine. We're saying it's fine.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is,
society definitely does a double standard.
do you think it's fine for? Do you think it's fine for a man to manipulate a woman then, if that's the case?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
And how can you manipulate a woman? Like, in what context?
Because sometimes people say, like a guy, if he has money or like he has certain type of prestige, he can use that to leverage.
Yeah, it's transactional.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm more concerned with the age versus the actions.
So what's the age?
You know what I'm saying? Like if I see a grown ass man with an 18-year-old, nigga, you're mentally that's not fair. Like that's not fair. Even like I believe in grooming. Like I believe.
I think.
And I'd be like, yo,
here's the thing,
man.
I think grooming exists for sure. And I think it happens, but I don't think everybody of those ages are getting groomed. That's what I think. I think that if a girl's 21, 22 years old, a guy could be grooming her. But I think there's some 22-year-olds who be like, nigga, I know what I'm here for. I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah,
I think it's case by case.
Yeah, even if a girl's like 19, 20, that's like, I think some get that.
And some people are wise beyond their years.
Yeah.
There's a 19, 20-year-old who are like, yeah, niggas ain't shit. I'm about to get this money.
This is the game.
You want this pussy? I want your money.
Yeah, I learned this game early, but I do think there's some dudes out there that do. But I don't like to call every case of like a dude that's 40 grooming this a girl that's 20 or 21 years old.
But I mean, on the reverse too, though. I'm saying both ways.
Okay, I'm just saying because what I've seen a lot, like growing up, we were all in high school. Dog, women were literally lying and manipulating men all the time. 16, 15 years old, built like they're 22, telling 25-year-old men, 30-year-old men at times, yo, I gotta getting picked. They over there like I knew girls that even told dudes whatever, and they'll be getting money or getting stuff paid for, and they're like, yeah, I told this nigga I was 19, manipulated him, getting money from him. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Why would I suck your little 16-year-old dick when I can suck a 40-year-old dick?
That's a different conversation.
In those cases, I don't blame them. I'm like, where's your father?
Yeah.
Like, in those cases,
it's a little different. The legality of it is
well,
a
of
little
course,
different.
but I'm saying in a sense of like, but even in the sense of like grooming, in a sense of like somebody like a 40-year-old guy dating a girl that's like 25. It's like I know a lot of women that are in their 20s that they don't like niggas in their 20s.
Well, why would they? We're fucking idiots.
It's kind of weird.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that, but you also have women say the flip side of it. They'll literally contradict themselves and be like, I think it's terrible that a 40-year-old guy would date a girl that's 25. It's just like, but y'all try to date 40-year-old men. Right. It doesn't make any. To me, it's like you're contradicting yourself.
Well, you know what it is. I think on a maturity level, women assume that a man in his 40s, because niggas in their 20s, we're not mature. So she's like, okay, these niggas are just like, after you deal with enough mid-20-year-old dudes, you're like, okay, maybe an older man would just be past this and be a little more mature to what she thinks is her level of maturity. And then she gets that, she's like, no, still. Because he's 40 and he's dating you. That says something about him as well.
Right.
But I just love the transaction. Just like, yo, I'm 40, you 20.
I get what you're saying.
We can't have a conversation.
Right. Give me what I want. Give you what you want.
You want a lifestyle. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. And you agree on both ends that it's like that's fair.
I'm fine with it because I don't feel like I think what women want out of men can't provide. Like the level of connection that they want, like the Disney level of fucking connection that they've been like conditioned to believe exist. I don't think that's like a real thing. So I think it's somewhat evolved to just be like, no, these niggas ain't doing nothing for me. I'm about to get this bread, this security, whatever. The dick is fine. Like most women don't even come from like vaginal intercourse. Like they come from clit stimulation.
Yeah.
Like nigga know how to learn how to stimulate a clit. Who cares how big your dick is?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna I don't come from that anyway.
Interesting.
How you know, nigga, you gay?
Oh man, hey.
I was like, do you know the clit is? Do you know where it is? Where's the clit at, Gary? The
Hey,
clit
man,
is,
so
the clit is
you
right
go-
here.
So you spread a
You
sheet.
go 10 feet down. I used to think women with like big clits, like just came, just like.
Whores. I used to think they were whores.
Because they got a big clit.
Oh my! Every girl,
Like
I'm
an Audi, like a
I'm
strong
like,
Audi.
yo, how did it get here? I didn't think it was like just from so much abuse.
Oh,
I feel like it's damaged.
You know, that's scar tissue.
Yeah.
dog.
I used to feel like a boxer. Like I wanted to put ice and rub it out. Like nigga, why is
So
it
you
like
thought it was
Oh,
like
God.
swollen. It wasn't like it didn't come that way.
Yeah, I was like, I used to think
Hilarious,
like you have had
dog.
a lot of sex.
Oh, that's the immaturity in a
That's what it
20-something-year-old nigga.
20-some years old, I was like,
I thought that
God,
at
this thing is
29.
Massive.
I used to think.
I hit it, of course.
Yeah,
but
I used to think the little what do you call it? The little muffin top.
Yeah.
I used to think that made the pussy wetter. I used to think that was just
Wait,
like.
wait,
I used to just think that was just like reserves for pussy juice.
What? Now here's the thing.
I was 20. I was 23.
Here's the thing. Well, no, I don't think you're fully wrong. Not in the sense like that's actually pussy juice.
Yeah,
Nigga,
it's not just
that's
so
wrong,
much-
nigga. There's no-
You just tore
This is abortion titties all over again. Fuck you talking about?
I personally think that because there's like even a meme about it. There's a meme out there where it's like girl with like a little bit of muffin top got the wettest.
That's what I thought.
And here's the thing, I agree with that. From my experience, girls with a little bit of that have had the flamest of flame, wettest of wettest.
Yeah.
Now I've had he's like yeah. See, prove me right.
Preach, brother.
And I've had girls. I have had girls in shape that had fire too, but I'm saying on a consistent. If I'm playing my numbers, it's like I've had more.
But have you also had more of these than the in shape ones?
Well, no, I mean I feel like the number's not too far off. Like
How many girls, even in our young, how many girls are really in shape like that? Even our whole lives.
You mean like naturally or they
Yeah,
actually
just
work?
in-
super
shape.
fit. Are you talking about six packed out?
No, but just in shape. Like even when we were younger, how many girls were really like,
And how much
The
of it was,
skinny-
how much of
skinny
it was
kinda's
just
in shape.
youth?
yeah.
The skinny kind is in shape or no?
No. Cause like I used to mess with a bunch of athletes because you hang out with the other athletes
yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
But like in regular life, especially as we get older, there's been children had. There's been how
Yeah.
many women are really like in shape like that? Like
And shape is relative.
yeah.
What? Yeah, I can't even comment.
'Cause I'm just saying most girls probably, if they're not athletes, are gonna have that.
A little, yeah.
So when he was saying like, I found that the ones that had that have, fire. I'm like,
Like,
but
they all have
I
that.
guarantee most of them had
Have
that
that, yeah.
versus the,
Unless they're skinny.
right.
So I would say when you say in shape, it's kind of hard because I think a lot of women's bodies kind of go back to sort of their natural physique. So girls who are like, hold it together and their proportions are like really, aesthetically pleasing. They're just like that. They're just built like that.
Yeah.
You can do
But
a little bit to enhance it, but I
When
think
they're young like that, they gonna be fat.
oh yeah.
Like all the girls we went to in high school that were
Oh,
like thick.
yes.
At like 16, I was
Yes.
like, this is gonna be nice.
Yes.
To 22, and then it is gonna go to shit.
They walk
Yeah.
like
Every
this.
last one of them went to
It's hard too,
shit.
especially when like girls are athletes and you're like athletic, and then you stop playing that sport, and then your body just like metamorphoses into like something else, and
Look
then
what
just
happened
like
to these pro. You see Antoine Walker?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's-
I didn't know who he was.
He
for real?
exploded.
And granted, when he was in the NBA, his body wasn't. He didn't
Yeah.
have. But
Yeah,
he
look at
is-
Doncic.
He was never really in shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he is, bro. I didn't know who that was.
I feel like he's one of those guys. Like if he didn't hoop, he was gonna be that way.
Oh my god,
In
it
the
is.
show.
Like I honestly felt he had a long shirt on, and I think it was because he had the stomach that like,
Yeah,
like
hangover.
he was humongous.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these athletes, they be blown up as soon as you're
Yeah.
done doing what you've been doing your whole life. Nigga, your body be like, all right, tap out.
Well, because I mean, yeah, especially those professionals, they like a lot of those guys, especially like when it comes to football players, like offensive linemen that are like actually kind of buff, or defensive linemen that kind of buff. It's like, dog, they gotta have their calorie intake probably doesn't necessarily
Right.
change that much, but now they
No.
ain't working out as much.
a lot of offensive linemen after they done with the league, because their
So
bodies
they
is
slim
not
down.
at its natural.
Right.
They like usually end up dropping a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I can see
It's
that.
Because
the
their
smaller
body-
guys that get bigger.
Yes, the smaller guys will get bigger. The bigger guys, because there's like that's not their natural. They don't naturally carry that around.
Yeah.
So they usually end up losing a bunch of weight.
But yeah, I don't know how we got on. Oh,
Yeah.
muffin top pussy. So
Yeah, the muffin tops.
Yeah.
The reservoirs.
And if that's what you're into, you get that. You know what I'm saying? Circling back to the go for what you can get and all that. And I agree with you too when you said earlier about like the super bad. I was never like the one to go be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you come to me,
Cool.
great.
Yeah.
But the super like, for me, just chasing a baddie was always just felt like being like everybody else.
Yeah, because everybody, it's like, not that I wanted the girl that nobody wanted, but it was just like, bro, like, you especially y'all niggas is extra thirsty about it.
Yeah, and
It's
I didn't want to be included with them niggas.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, if you either she met me halfway,
Right.
or she came to me, then I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm
Right.
all with it. But
the
it's like,
women,
if not,
the women I had that were considered bad,
yeah,
either met me halfway or came at me.
yep.
But it wasn't a hard chase like that.
Yeah.
I give you a little bit, and if you ain't reciprocating, I'm like, nigga, I'm out, because I'm not gonna be that dude leaving. And this is pre-social media, but I'm just using an example. Leaving hard eyes in your
Yeah.
comments and shit. That ain't me.
Well, so were any of you guys chasers? 'Cause you know, it's for me.
I've never been a chaser.
Bro,
I've never been a chaser.
I can't imagine if I was more aggressive on a chase, how many I had a really good amount of women without chasing at all, really. I can't imagine how many I would have if I would have chased.
It just wasn't in me to chase.
You mean just chase in terms of quantity or chasing the quality women?
I think all,
You mean just being
all of the
aggressive?
above,
Yeah,
like
being
yeah, all the
aggressive,
above.
yeah.
Like yo, you go.
If you're aggressive, you're gonna land something.
Yeah, you gonna.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like I knew dudes that was like, yo, they shot at everything.
Yeah,
It didn't
women.
matter. I ain't gonna lie to you. I shot here and there, but I ain't gonna lie. A lot of women either met me halfway or was like they showed me interest. Like, hey, you look kind of good. Boom, then I went for it. But in a lot of cases, I wasn't just going out like, yo, it's Tuesday, nigga. I got to get like 9 numbers today. I wasn't that dude because I was just like, maybe because I always got attention from women. I didn't have to be that dude. But like, I felt like if I was, I probably, man, I think I would have definitely had kids younger, and I might even caught a fucking disease at some point because I'm surprised I got out of this shit now with nothing. I look back and be like, yo, I know people that knocked it
I was
out,
out here like
bro.
rolling all the dice.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
like the older I got, the more I stopped judging, like people's circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause and my dad really was the one that kind of mentioned it too. He was like, "So you just got lucky," and I was like, "That's facts." He was like, "You just got lucky that you didn't have several baby mamas or STDs. You got lucky,
Yeah.
because you were safe and cautious every time." I was like, "Hell no."
Yeah.
So it's like I can't, when I see like, teenage parents or even people who caught an STD or whatever, I can't be like, ugh. It's like, nigga, that could be any one of us.
Any
Any one of us.
Man,
Even niggas who like, lose their life early or whatever. We all went to parties we had no business going to.
Yeah.
I've been around a ton of bullets. I've been
lucked up.
I got lucky. It was a
Yeah.
party one time, and you know how the energy shift at the party when them niggas come in?
Yeah, you feel it.
And I was like, so I already
Gotta
started.
go.
I already was like, all right, it's about to. And sure enough, fight broke out. Pop, pop, pop.
Yep.
Niggas break out, whatever.
And I've been one of them niggas, one of them pop niggas with this Pierce at the same time and gay.
How are you shooting, Gary? Gary shoot like this.
Die, bitch! Why won't this nigga die?
And I remember at this party, bro,
Oh,
I called,
shit.
because they all ran to the car and I couldn't find them. And I was like, but I still hear the shots. I'm like, yo, who's shooting? They was like, the nigga next to you, bro. I looked to my left. Pop, pop, pop. And people were shooting back. So
Yeah.
I could have easily got
Oh
it,
my
you know?
god.
And so I ran, hopped in the backyard, ran back in the house and hid in a room. It was me, a dude, and all these girls, and they was like, y'all need to check it out. And he was like, nigga, no.
Yeah.
Like, they was like, it was just a 22. He was like, that can kill me. Like, I'm not gonna go. But I remember we went. So finally, my brother was pissed because they left me and went to Denny's. And my brother was like, no, we're going to get him. So they came back and got me. But when we got back to the house, we told my dad, you about the party. And that nigga was, like, he was livid but didn't say much. He's like, I told you niggas. Like, he was just happy we got, but like, I fucking told you what was gonna. And we did that all the time. We stayed going to shit.
You didn't
We had
supposed to
no
go to,
business. But it's
Yeah.
like, but it's
And then them
bitches.
niggas come
Yeah.
But the women are there.
Yeah.
Like, you put your life on the line.
Was
for
them-
bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the potential of possibly getting
Possibly.
getting a number, nigga.
A number.
Not even
Not
actually
even
getting
smashing
sex.
that night. You ain't having one night stands at
All this
17
for a number.
for a number, bro. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, we made it.
Man,
We
that
made it.
is.
Anyway, that's enough. I got to take my kids to the movies because I'm corny. I'm Russell Wilson out here, loving my kids.
Lame.
Loving my
Lame.
kids.
It's his eyes. I think it's his eyes that really.
I mean, he
get
is
fucking niggas
quote
up.
unquote corny, but the amount of passion that dude speaks on is
Yeah.
just weird to me.
Yeah, I think
It's
even
just
with that,
weird.
with the corniness of it, I think they say one because of the way he speaks. Two, I think because he was formerly with a white girl, and then they look at him like he's either biracial, and I think those things play a factor.
Which
into
is
his
funny because he's
quote-unquote-
not.
I know, but I'm saying those
Yeah.
things, just to look at him plays into the factor of him being corny. So I think it's definitely one of the ways that he speaks is just like, oh, he don't sound like a black dude to us, so
Yeah.
he's a cornball, which is
Damn.
not necessarily the case.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but the nigga winning.
Yeah, he went.
Like at the end of the day, like that's why I said y'all can talk as much shit as you want about whoever. When you winning, you don't give a fuck.
But here's the thing: if Sierra ever leaves this dude, everybody gonna be like, "Nigga, it don't matter if she leave this dude 15 years from now.
Right.
They gonna definitely be like,
She ain't going nowhere.
we told you she never wanted this
See,
dude."
they honestly be looking. I don't know the ins and outs of their shit, but they honestly look like they good.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know why people be invested in like celebrity relationships
That shit weird,
at
bro.
all. That shit
Yeah.
mad
Shit
weird,
weird,
to me.
bro.
I don't care. It's like, yeah, when they say it on Twitter, it's like, oh, okay, but it's just like, nigga, I don't sit there and spend my day about like, man, like,
It's like, yeah, is Sierra and Russell Wilson happy?
Yeah.
Are they happy? Is it on the rocks?
Trouble
What's
in
gonna happen?
Paradise?
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
no clue.
Yeah, it's weird how much of like a person's life, if you're like that type of personality and that's like what you do, how much of your livelihood just rests on you being in other people's business, gossiping about other people's business when you're supposed to like, when that shit was like frowned upon in high school. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this motherfucker just be gossiping, chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
Oh, dudes have definitely become the gossips.
That's
Oh,
what,
for
that's what sports call like
Oh,
sports
bruh.
shows and shit
That's
are
why I don't
now.
watch that shit no more.
Yeah.
It's like niggas just in niggas business.
Like why the fuck?
you just in a nigga business.
Why the fuck are you talking about that? Like I'm watching. I saw a clip from Undisputed, and they talking about the Oscars. I said, does Will play football?
Yeah.
Does Chris Rock
He
play?
played Ali.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
are y'all talking about this in your opening segment? Who gives a shit?
And then you know what makes it worse about that? It's just like when these niggas be saying my sources and it be a complete lie, that makes you even a worse, like to me,
Right.
gossip type person.
You
Like,
just heard some shit.
You heard your now you definitely a chatty patty or just spreading some
Like
fake
in my
rumors.
mind, even though they're talking there in their suits, they're like, bitch.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I see. That's what I see. They like,
Ah,
bitch.
man.
I'm like, nigga.
And that's because like sports is 24 fucking 365 days
Yeah,
a
because
year
sports
now.
used to be an hour.
Yes,
and that
well,
was
sports
it.
used to be in their season,
Right.
And then nigga, we on to another season. But they like, you click on, they talk about football shit right now.
Yeah,
like if football
24/7,
ain't for
yeah.
another like 4 months.
Right. So they gotta talk about something.
They gotta talk
Trade,
about something.
Somebody's shit, who's dating. It's just fucking stupid.
Messy.
Anyways, where you at? So this airs next Saturday.
They said, shoot, I don't even necessarily know at that point. I don't know.
I'll be coming back from Mississippi, so it don't even matter. But the following weekend, me and Gary will be at Gigi's in Brentwood, 12 and 13. Get your tickets for that, or 13 and 14, one or two. It's Friday, Saturday, that weekend of the 13th. Get your tickets. It's probably gonna sell out because it's at home. So Bay Area, Brentwood, get your tickets.
Bay Area.
KeonPoli.com on everything.
Not on Caps anymore? Or Caps not around anymore?
It's
He don't
fine.
fuck
I
with
just-
Caps. Don't fuck with Keon.
I got a way better deal at the other spot. So
Nah,
Oh.
Caps don't fuck with Keon no more.
Caps loves me.
I was like, yeah, Caps love Bobo. Finish.
Anything?
I'm chilling, man. I'm potty training next weekend.
Oh, it's a
Alright.
big moment.
Yeah,
It's frustrating as hell. Try to relax.
I'm good. I'm Gucci,
That shit,
man.
relax. That shit, nigga, it's the worst. Anyways, you can find Gary with a strap on.
Somewhere being gay.
Yeah,
I'm
Gary.
somewhere being gay.
Gary got a vaginal strap on his asshole.
Oh, yo, I wanted to ask y'all that. Is pegging gay?
Yes.
Yes.
Just aside from.
Yes.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I
I'm
mean,
gay, y'all. I'm like definitely not. No, I was,
Remember
I was trying to think about that.
Remember when old boy told us that? We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I wanted to know.
But like I had to ask what it was, and then I asked Gary. I was like, he was like, nigga. He was like, bruh, I don't know what. I
So
was like,
gay is anything going in your ass. It's exclusive from having a male partner.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
just
I don't
Oh, we'll
know.
talk about it next time.
Oh, I feel for my brother.